Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Chapter 10. Shri Badarayani Uvacha, Shri Badarayani Ruvacha, Indramevam Samadishya Bhagavan Vishwabhavanah Pashyatamanimeshanam Tatraivantardade Harihi. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, after instructing Indira in this way, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, the cause of cosmic manifestation, then and there disappeared from the presence of the onlooking demigods. Tatabhiyachito devair ऋषिरातर्वणो ऋषिरातर्वणो महान् मोदमान उवाचेदं प्रहसन्निव भारत. O King Parikshit, following the Lord's instructions, the demigods approached Dadichi, the son of Atharva. He was very liberal, and when they begged him to give them his body, he at once partially agreed. However, just to hear religious instructions from them, he smiled and jokingly spoke as follows. Api vrundarakayuyam janita shariginam Janita sharirinam samstayam yastvabhidroho dussahaschetanapaha. O elevated demigods, at the time of death, severe unbearable pain takes away the consciousness of all living entities which have acceptable material bodies. Don't you know about this pain? Jijivishunam jivanam atma preshta ihepsitaha ka utsahe tatam datum bhikshamanaya vishnave. In this material world, every living entity is very much addicted to his material body, struggling to keep his body forever. Everyone tries to protect it by all means, even at the sacrifice of his possessions. Therefore, who would be prepared to deliver his body to anyone, even if it were demanded by Lord Vishnu? Shrideva uchuhu kim nu taddustyajam brahman pumsam bhutanukampinam bhavadbidhanam mahatam punyashlokengya karmanam. The demigods replied, O exalted Brahmana, pious persons like you, whose activities are praiseworthy, are very kind and affectionate to the people in general. Why can't such pious souls give for the benefit? What can such pious souls give for the benefit of others? They can give everything, including their bodies. Nonam swartaparo loke naveda parasam katam yadi vedanaya cheta neti naha yadishvaraha. Those who are too self interested beg something from others, not knowing others' pain. But if a beggar knew the difficulty of the giver, he would not ask for anything. Similarly, he who is able to give charity does not know does not know the beggar's difficulty, for otherwise he would not refuse to give the beggar anything he might want as charity. धर्मेव श्रोतु कामेन यूयं मे प्रत्युदाहृताः ये एव वः प्रियमात्मानं त्यजन्तं संत्यजाम्यहम्. The great sage Dadichi said, "Just to hear from you about the religious principles, I refuse to offer my body at your request. Now, although my body is extremely dear to me, I must give it up for your better purpose, since I know that it will leave me today or tomorrow." यो ध्रुवेणात्मना नाता न धर्म न यशः पुमान् ईहेत भूतदयया सशोच्य स्थावरैरपि. O demigods, one who has no compassion for humanity in its suffering and does not sacrifice his impermanent body for the higher causes of religious principles or eternal glory, is certainly pitied even by the immovable things. एतावानव्ययो धर्मः पुण्यश्लोकैरुपासितः यो भूतशोकहर्षाभ्याम् आत्मा शोचति हृद्यति. If one is unhappy to see the distress of other living beings and happy to see their happiness, his religious principles are appreciated as imperishable by exalted persons who are considered pious and benevolent. Aho dainyam aho kashtam पारक्यैः क्षण भङ्गुरैः यन्नोपकुर्यादस्वार्थैर्मर्त्यः खाज्ञातिविग्रहैः. मत्यः स्वज्ञातिविग्रहैः. This body, which is eatable by jackals and dogs after death, does not actually do any good for me, the spiritual soul. It is usable only for a short time and may perish at any moment. The body and its possessions, its riches and relatives, must be engaged for the benefit of others, or else they will be sources of tribulation and misery. Shri Badarayaniruvacha evam krutavyavasito dadyanghatarvanastanum pare bhagavati brahmanyatmanam sannayanjahau. Sri Sukadeva Goswami said, Dadichi Muni, the son of Atharva, thus resolved to give his body to the service of the demigods. He placed himself, the spirit soul, at the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and in this way gave up his gross material body made of the 5 elements. Yatakshasu mano buddhis tattva दृग् द्वस्व दृग् दृग्ध्वस्तबन्धनः आस्थितः परमं योगं न देहं बुबुधे gatam. Dadichi Muni controlled his senses, life force, mind, and intelligence and became absorbed in trance. Thus he cut all his material bonds. He could not perceive how his material body became separated from his self. Atendro Vrajamudhyamya Nirmitam Vishwakarmana Mune Shakti Birutsikto Bhagavattejasanvitaha Vruto Devaganai Sarvair Gajendro Paryashobhata Stuyamano Muniganair Shlo Trailokyam Harshayanniva. Thus King Indira very firmly took up the thunderbolt manufactured by Vishwakarma from the bones of Dadichi, charged with exalted power of Dadichi Muni, and entitled by the power of the enlightened by the power of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Indira rode on the back of the carrier, Airavata, surrounded by the demigods, while all the great sages offered him praise. Thus he shone very beautifully, pleasing the three worlds as he rode off to kill Vrtrasura. Vrtramabhyadravachatrum asuranikayutapaihi paryastamojasa rajan kruddho rudra ivantakam. My dear King Parikshit, as Rudra, being very angry at Antaka, Yamaraja, had formerly run towards Antaka to kill him, Indira, angrily and with great force, attacked Vrtrasura, who was surrounded by the leaders of the demoniac enemies. Tatasura Tatassuranamasurai Ranah Paramadarunaha Treta Narmadayam Abhavat Prabhame Guro Parame Yuge. Thereafter, at the end of Satya Yuga and the beginning of Treta Yuga, a fierce battle took place between the demigods and the demons on the bank of the Narmada. Rudrair Vasubhiradityair Ashvibhyam Pitruvah Vanhibihi Marudbir Rubhubhi Sadyair Vishve Devair Marutpatim Drishtva Vajradharam Shakram Gochamanam Swayashriya Namrushyan Asura Rajan Mrude Vrtrapurasaraha. O King, when all the Asuras came onto the battlefield, headed by Vrtrasura, they saw King Indira carrying the thunderbolt and surrounded by the Rudras, Vasus, Adityas, Ashwini Kumaras, Pitas, Vanhis, Maruts, Rubus, Sadyas, and Vishvedevas. Surrounded by his army, Indira shone so brilliantly that his effulgence was intolerable to the demons. Namuchi Shambharo Narva Dvimurdharushabho Suraha Hayagriva Shankushira Viprachittarayo Mukaha Puloma Brushaparvacha Prahetirhetirut Kalaha दैतेया दानवा यक्षा रक्षांसि च महस्रशः मालिप्रमुखाः कार्तस्वरपरिच्छदाः प्रतिषिध्येन्द्रसेनाग्रं मृत्योरपि दुरासदम् अभ्यर्दयन्न सम्भ्रान्तः सिंहनादेन दुर्मदाः गदाभिः परिगैर्बाणैः प्रासन्मुद्गरतोमरैः. Many hundreds and thousands of demons, demi-asuras, yakshas, rakshasas, and others, headed by Sumali and Mali, resisted the armies of King Indira, which even death personified cannot easily overcome. Among the demons were Namuchi, Sambara, Anarva, Vimurdha, Rishabha, Asura, Hayagriva, Sankushira, Viprachitti, Ayomukha, Puloma, Vrisaparva, Praheti, Heti, and Utkala, roaring tumultuously and fearlessly like lions. These invincible demons, and all dressed in golden ornaments, gave pain to the demigods with weapons like clubs, bludgeons, arrows, barbed darts, mallets, and lances. शूलैः परश्वधैः खड्गैः शतघ्नेमिर्भुषुण्डिभिः सर्वतो वा किरन् शस्त्रैरस्त्रैश्च विबुदर्शभान्. Armed with lancets, tridents, axes, and swords, and other weapons like Satagnis and Bushundis, the demons attacked from different directions and scattered all the chiefs of the demigods' armies. Nate drishyanta sanchannaha sharajalair samantatah pankānupungapatitair ज्योतिं शिव नभोघनैः. As the stars in the sun cannot be seen when covered by dense clouds, the demigods, being completely covered by the networks of arrows falling upon them one after another, could not be seen. Nate shastrastra-varshaughā ह्यासेदुः सुरसैनिकान् छिन्ना सिद्धपते देवैर् लघुहस्तैः सहस्रधा. The showers of various weapons and arrows released to kill the soldiers of the demigods did not reach them because the demigods, acting quickly, cut the weapons into thousands of pieces in the sky. Ata kshinastra-shastraughā girishrungadrumopalaihi abhyavarshan surabalam chichidustamscha purvavat. As their weapons and mantras decreased, the demons began showering mountain peaks, trees, and stones upon the demigods' soldiers, but the demigods were so powerful and expert that they nullified all these weapons by breaking them into pieces in the sky as before. Tānakshatan swasti-mato nishamya shastrastra-purai rata vruttanātāh drumai drashtadbhihi शरभिर्विविधास्त्रिशृङ्गैर् अविक्षतांस्तत्र सुरीन्द्रसैनिकान्. While the soldiers of the demons, commanded by Vrtrasura, saw that the soldiers of King Indira were quite well, having not been injured at all by their volleys of weapons, nor even by the trees, stones, and mountain peaks, the demons were very much afraid. सर्वे प्रयासा अभवन् विमोघाः कृता देवगणेषु दैत्यैः कृष्णानुकूलेषु यथा महत्सु क्षुद्रैः प्रयुक्ता उशतीरुक्षवाचः. When insignificant persons use rough words to cast false, angry accusations against saintly persons, their fruitless words do not disturb the great personalities. Similarly, all the efforts to the demons against the demigods, who are forever situated under the protection of Krishna, were futile. Te swaprayasam vitatam nirikshya harava bhakta hata yuddha darpaha palayanaya jimuke visrujya patim manaste dhaduratmasara. The asuras, who are never devotees of Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, lost their pride in the fighting when they found all their endeavors futile. Leaving aside their leader, even in the very beginning of the fight, they decided to flee because all their prowess had been taken away by the enemy. Vrtrasuram stananugan manasvi pradhavatah prekshababhashayetat palayitam prekshabalam cha bhagnam bhavena tivrena vihasya veeraha. Seeing his army broken and all the asuras, even those known as great heroes, fleeing the battlefield out of intense fear, Vrtrasura, who was truly a great-minded hero, smiled and spoke the following words. Kalopapannam ruchiram manasvinam jagadavacham purushapraveeraha he viprachitte namuche puloman maya narvan chambara me shrunudvam. According to his position and the time of circumstances, Vrtrasura, the hero among heroes, spoke words that were much to be appreciated by thoughtful men. He called to the heroes of the demons, O Viprachiti, O Namuchi, O Puloma, O Maya, Anarva, and Sambara, please hear me and do not flee. Jatasya mrutyur dhruva eva sarvataha pratikriya yasya nacheha klupta loko yashaschata tato yadihyamum ko nama mrutyum na vrunita yuktam. Vrtrasura said, all living entities who have taken birth in this material world must die. Surely no one in this world has found any meaning to be saved from death. Even Providence has not provided a means to escape it. Under the circumstance, death being inevitable, if only one can gain promotion to the higher planetary systems and be always celebrated here by dying a suitable death, what men will not accept such a glorious death? द्वौ सम्मताविह मृत्युदुरापौ यद्ब्रह्मसन्धारणयाजितासुः कलेवरं योगरतो विजह्यात् यदग्रणीवीं रशये निवृत्तः. There are two ways to meet the glorious death, and both are very rare. One is to die after performing mystic yoga, especially bhakti yoga, by which one can control the mind and the living force and die absorbed in the thought of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The second is to die on the battlefield, leading the army and never showing one's back. These two kinds of deaths are recommended in Shastra as glorious. Thus ends the chapter entitled The Battle Between the Demigods and Vrtrasura. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.